Hey everybody, welcome to the round 17 preview. Carlton and the West Coast Eagles down at Optus Stadium in the graveyard shift. It's a 4:40 p.m. game for those of us here in Victoria. And you know what? Let it be the last damn graveyard shift that this club plays, because they suck. You wait all weekend for the guys to play, and then I guess if you lose, the turnaround's pretty quick. You can move on. You get to Monday, Tuesday, you got to forget about it. If you win, you don't really get to enjoy it. It's just one of those things. It is what it is. It's a favourite saying of mine here on the channel. I've smelt the rhetoric around the whole danger game thing, and this would be a typical Carlton loss. Well, yeah, that's if it was the old Carlton, but this is not the old Carlton. This is the new Carlton. I look at this game as just really an opportunity to respond from a disappointing loss last week, to lock back in, get back on track, and just demonstrate that professionalism that really we've seen for the most part this season when it comes to needing to respond to certain situations that we've put ourselves in throughout the year. Now, take nothing away from the Eagles. They've got all the talent and potential and ability in the world to win the game. They're obviously having a real tough season, for a myriad of reasons. They're having a tough one, and they're also now in that bracket of teams where if you don't put them away early enough in a game and you give them a sniff, they will take that, and they'll utilise that, and they can absolutely win any game of football if you don't respect them. I think any team in the competition can win a game of football if you don't give them enough respect. I just, I look forward to seeing how we deal with that. I look forward to seeing how we play against a team who are now in a situation that we've been in for many years, whereby we get to this point in the year, we know that, we can't make finals, but we know that we might be able to make it tough for some of these finals contenders. And this is a new territory for us. We're at the back end of the season, and we really need to start building some momentum going into finals. That's what it is. I'm assuming in many respects that we're going to play finals football. It isn't done yet. The job's not done yet. But, from round 17 onwards, we need to be getting our players back, which I'll touch on in a moment, and we need to be building some momentum with our best team, because I think there are still some positions where we probably just don't know what our best team looks like, and that's been due to injury for the most part. We look at this week for us, we've got 5 people that are now all of a sudden available, which is just a blessing. Starting with Jacob Wiedering, it's been a relief when you see his name. He almost played last week, but they just took a cautious approach, which I do love that. Sam Durden is available for selection. Matt Owies, Lockie Fogarty, and Ed Kerno, who we have not seen all year. So, of those players that are available for selection, I don't know who's going to come in. I'm assuming Jacob Wiedering's definitely going to come in. And then I guess the question then goes to Matt Owies, who I would assume he's probably one of our higher rated small forwards that we do have, and he might not get the kudos from the outside, but I would sense that on the inside he's the guy that they're going to want to play and pick first out of all those small forwards. So I would be looking at potentially the 2 of them at the least coming in. Jack Martin is the other one. I know we need to build some form with him going into finals. Doesn't seem like they're very confident that he's going to get up for this week. And the reason is because they didn't put him in the group of 5 that are available for selection. They've got him in that group of he's going to be a test to play later in the week, which for a guy like Jack Martin kind of just almost tells me that he's just a little bit underdone and maybe not fully ready. But if he is ready, do you play him in reserves football? I don't know. These are just questions that come to mind. For the Eagles, they get a few players back. They get Josh Kennedy back. I think Elliot Yeo is going to miss this week, and I just don't want to be sitting here on Sunday night ruining a missed opportunity. And I don't think we will. I've got full confidence in the group. But at the end of the day, it's footy and anything can happen. The Eagles, this matchup reminds me, we've had a few bad losses to the Eagles. We go all the way back to the 2011 elimination final. And then if we go even as recently as last year, and, the last few years sting. Of course they sting. They're meant to sting. Those lean years that we had can never be forgotten, because ultimately they are what's going to propel the group forward with the success, because the repeated failures of the last few years are hopefully the foundations for what you draw on when you know what not to do and why you want to be better. So, I don't go into this game thinking percentage boost. I think that shows a little bit of disrespect to the opposition, and I think we're not a team that can afford to do that. I don't think there are many teams in the competition that can afford to be disrespectful and go into a game thinking percentage boost. I don't think any player really does. I think it's more of a fan sentiment. If we're serious contenders, then we need to win this by 10, 12 goals. I don't think like that. I don't think we're that team. I know we're not that team yet to think like that. And I know that when we have, had that mentality this year, it has come a little bit undone. So that's that. But, I'm excited. I'm always excited. This is a really new feeling at this point in the year. This point in the year, we're holding on, hoping other teams can lose, but we'll see what happens. What about you? How do you feel ahead of this matchup? Have you got that fear? I mean, do you still smell the past in these matchups when we're favoured to win heavily? Do you have that fear, or do you have full confidence that the group have matured, done their thing, and confident that we're going to come away with the 4 points? I think everyone's different. I think everyone's experience is different, and therefore everyone's opinion is going to be different. But I think having a long layoff after a loss like we did last week, I would imagine it gives us better time to refine what we need to, focus on those bloody set shots, get them right. And again, I really think it's important that we start building some serious synergy. And for the most part this year, a lot of that's been broken up because of injury. So I'm praying, if we're going to have a bout of good luck this season, let it come now. Let it come in the next 2 to 3 months. Let it come at the back end of this season. And then hopefully the start of the season and the injury toll that we did have to endure was all worth it. It's very exciting. But can't look too far ahead. Got to get through the Eagles first. And, we'll go from there. So share with us your thoughts about the game in the comments below. Good luck to you that are actually going there. I won't be there in Perth this week, but I'm hoping that we can get a nice turnout there and make it loud, because the Optus/Perth crowd, it's a factor. The home ground advantage. We have it here in Melbourne, and the Eagles and the Dockers definitely have it over there in Perth, and they're very well supported. So I look forward to seeing how we combat that. I'll chat to you in the comments, and we'll go from there.